Well, with us today is the talented Lindsay Solonycze. She's making big strides in her own music career, which is led by her strong faith and supportive family of believers. Would you please welcome with me Lindsay? Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, good morning.
Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
So we're so glad you're here with us today, and you're going to be singing a couple of songs for us in worship. But before we get there, probably some of the people here are familiar with the work that you've done. But before we get there, tell me a little bit about your past. You have a faith in the Lord, and you even grew up kind of watching Hour of Power.
Yes, my family and I, we grew up watching your show, and it was such a treat. We also went to church as well. I was raised Lutheran, but we'd also supplement that with your TV show, and it was absolutely incredible on Sundays.
It's awesome. I know you said that you guys would actually watch like after you got back from church.
After church.
A lot of people say we watch it in the morning when we're getting ready for church, or a lot of people watch it Saturday night.
Right.
But that's cool. Well, great. So you grew up in Colorado, right?
Yes.
And you grew up singing. Did you sing in
Yes,
church?
I did sing in church, and there was a moment where I stopped pursuing music because it was very difficult, and I realized that God was really speaking to my heart, and I really wanted to start pursuing it again.
Yeah. And a big part of that was moving here to LA.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit how that happened and what that process was like. Are you glad you did it?
In the beginning, I was very hesitant because, as you know, there are many negative things in regards to chasing your dreams in Los Angeles or New York, for example, and a bigger city is always scary.
Yeah.
But and leaving your family. But when I made the jump, I really felt it was the right thing to do, and God has really confirmed that lately.
Yeah. Was it hard then when you got here? I mean, did you know anybody, and did you?
I had a few friends, but of course, I miss my family all the time. I miss Colorado, so it was definitely difficult. But I actually have found God more in Los Angeles than I ever expected.
Now say that again, because when I lived in Oklahoma and I wanted to move back to California, all of my friends were like, "Why would you move out there? It's all flakes and nuts,
Exactly.
like a box of cereal."
Exactly.
I heard that joke so many times.
Yes.
And but that's not really your experience, right?
No, and like I said, I had that hesitancy. I was so scared to move to Los Angeles because I was afraid that God wouldn't be as present with me in LA, but in fact, it's quite the opposite. So he's actually even more present, and I've come to know him even more.
I wonder if a lot of that is we have this idea that God is in a place or not in a place, but very often I wonder, isn't God in our calling? So we can be in a place where we're not supposed to be, like maybe we're being in disobedience to God by, staying and not taking that leap of faith, but sometimes we're living in that. Do you feel that way? Or what
Absolutely. I think it's so important to stay obedient, and what I've learned out here is to have that patience and to stay authentic.
Yeah.
And he will show you the way as long as you are authentic with yourself.
And so your career is really starting to blossom. You've had some amazing experiences. Didn't you sing with Andre Bocelli or something?
Yes, we shared the same stage one evening at the Dolby Theater. It was absolutely incredible. I got to meet him. And I also sang recently with Michael Bolton. We did 3 duets. That was incredible because I grew up listening to him with my family, and then hearing our voices together was just a huge God wink.
That is
what I call it.
That really is amazing. And if you ever see him, make sure you tell him that I celebrate the man's entire catalog.
Okay, I will definitely do so.
So cool. Well, that's great. So through all this, you're continuing to experience God's work in your life and His power, and I'm sure you're still sort of like, kind of also in kind of hopeful expectation to see where things are going to go in your career. You're still very young. You still have all this stuff ahead of you.
Absolutely. I think Los Angeles allows that room for creativity, and also having God in my heart and having the right dream in your heart is extremely important, and he will help you follow through with that. And yes.
What do you say? I mean, because there are a lot of people, young and old, across the nation that are watching now that feel like God is asking them to do something maybe risky, like leave Colorado for LA to pursue a music career, whatever. Maybe it's nothing like that at all, but it's still scary to them. What do you say to that person?
I think that they really need to step into their calling. And if you really feel God is calling you to do something, there's a reason that he puts that dream in your heart, and he will follow through if you are also committed.
Amen. Lindsay Solonycze, thank you so much.
Thank
We're
you
so grateful for having you here.
Thank you so much, Bobby. It's a pleasure.